So I realize this is kind of an obvious statement, but I might as well say it anyway. There's a lot of really good teams in the NBA right now. Of course, we have Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors hitting fadeaways with two guys on them, and the San Antonio Spurs broke the NBA by adding LaMarcus Aldridge to their already great foundation. And I mean, San Antonio and Golden State, probably the cream of the crop in the league right now, but then there's also everything that Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook are doing in OKC, and shout out to the Cavaliers, even though they're not in this. So I had an idea to find a team who could contend with these ones. What if we put all of the top NCAA prospects currently in the nation on the same team, and we fast forwarded a couple of seasons, and we see, can they compete with the NBA talent? I mean, here's the rotation for you. There was actually a couple of complications. We have to go with Ben Simmons at power forward. So let's break this down. I just mentioned Ben Simmons. He's probably going to be the best player, as of course he is a multi-talented athlete who's thought of as perhaps revolutionary for his height and his ability to drive inside with his ball handling and his playmaking, and of course his defense as well as his rebounding and the ability to push the floor. Safe to say that he would be the primary ball handler for this team. But that being said, the one question with Simmons is, how natural of a scorer is he, especially when he's not just driving to the basket? But luckily for us, there's no questions on how good of a scorer Brandon Ingram can be. I mean, this guy has gotten comparison to Kevin Durant for a reason. I mean, pretty much wherever he finds himself on the floor with the ball in his hand, there's a very good chance that it's going to end up in the net. And he would be the guy who would probably lead the team in scoring, and he'd be the isolation option as well as the guy to give the ball to. And at the end of games, if you need one bucket, Brandon Ingram's the guy. As for point guard, we have Chris Dunn, who weirdly enough, there's questions about his ball handling, but he's just a very balanced point guard. Pretty much does well in all areas. He's going to be efficient, but of course you're going to need some shooting as well, and that's where Buddy Hield comes into play, because he's got some Steph Curry in him with the ability to be effective at the three-point line. And I do think he can be very good as a ball handler as well as a driving to the basket. But for this team, I feel like all they would really need would be his shooting, and it'll be very good. However, we're also going to need somebody to run the fast break, and that's where my buddy Jaylen Brown comes into play. Potentially the most athletic player in this draft, and the second the ball comes off the rim, he's going to be gone. And we have to also mention he's probably going to be one of the best defenders in this class as well. As for the big man in the middle, Skal Labissière seems to have a great start in terms of defense, as well as his shooting, mid-range shooting, and perhaps three-point shooting as he gets a little better. The questions are, can he keep on progressing with his post-game, which is already pretty decent? Can he gain some weight? Can he get stronger? But the idea of him being a star player is definitely there, not to mention him and a Ben Simmons pick and roll. That could just be flat-out devastating. And then there's Dragan Bender, or Dragan Bender. I'm too lazy to look up the pronunciation. He's got some Dirk to his game. Power forward who seems like he could be very gifted offensively, stretch the floor. Like Skal, I imagine he'll be able to hit three-point shots with some practice. So the front court rotation seems like a lot of versatility with those two. And so now, once again, we're going to take a look at the rotation, trying to give everybody a balanced minutes, because there's a lot of really good talent here. How does 2K think this would all go? How are the youngins going to do? Are they just going to get scared of NBA talent? Well, they're winning so far. Okay, they're actually 7-1. They just beat the Cavs, although I'm pretty sure LeBron's not on the team anymore because, as we know, the guy always leaves Cleveland in free agency in this game. It's the weirdest thing. DeAndre getting traded and LeBron leaving. Holy hell. They're 18-1. 19... Okay. Safe to say if this happened in real life, this would be pretty much over. You know how the 76ers collect every single draft pick in the world? Maybe they should do that in this upcoming draft and put all these guys on the same team. Because, well, according to this, their tank job would be done in only 2 seasons. Look at this crap. And as the season gets to the last few games, we actually got very close to breaking the Chicago Bulls' 72-win season, or at least tying it. Westbrook wins MVP because 2K just loves to give him or Durant the MVP award every season. And our only guy in the All-NBA team was Ben Simmons, who he scored 15 points a game? Hey, like I said, luckily we got Brandon Ingram and Buddy Hield and guys who can really score and shoot because Ben Simmons, he's great in other areas. We're the 1 seed. Are a bunch of rookies or second-year players going to win this whole thing? Well, we get through Indiana there. We go against Cleveland, who LeBron might still be on the team. I don't know, and what the hell, 2K? You just handed us 69 wins in a regular season, but I can't beat the Cavaliers. Now the Sixers just won the championship? Let me look at this roster. This better not be something stupid, 2K. This better be on something. Let me look at this. They have Kobe Bryant, which makes no sense. Jahlil Okafor. Look at this roster. How did that roster win an NBA championship? Alright, I'm never trusting 2K's simulation thing again. Don't believe anything that happened in this video, because 2K's simulation makes no damn sense.